What would you do if a 9-year-old girl, barefoot, covered in grease, and working under a broken-down car, walked up to your $1 million vintage Mustang and fixed it? Now imagine seeing a diamond ring, far too big for her little finger, gleaming in the sunlight. A ring that once belonged to someone you lost. Someone you thought you'd never see again. This is the story of a millionaire, a Mustang, and a little black girl with oil-stained hands, and a past that will leave you speechless. The California sun was blazing over an open stretch of road just outside a dusty town that barely made it on the map. Miles from anywhere glamorous, Robert Langston, Wall Street legend, tech billionaire, and proud owner of a cherry red 1969 Ford Mustang Fastback, was stranded on the side of the road. The engine coughed, then died like a weary soul giving up its final breath. Robert stepped out, muttering a curse under his breath. His tailored white shirt was already sticking to his back from the heat. There was no signal on his phone, and no car had passed in almost 30 minutes. Then came the sound. Not tires. Not help. Faint humming off-key. Child's voice singing. Robert turned, shielding his eyes from the sun. And there she was. Tiny, with wild curly hair tied back with what looked like a piece of cloth, wearing overalls 3 sizes too big, and a smile that somehow pierced straight through the sweltering heat. "You need help?" she asked. Robert blinked. Yeah. You got a mechanic hiding behind that smile." She giggled. "Nope. But I can fix it." "You?" "Yup. Me." Her name was Jada. She was 9 years old. She lived nearby, in a trailer that looked like it hadn't been new since the 1980s, with her grandmother. Robert watched, baffled, as she walked confidently to the hood of the car and flipped it open. She didn't ask. She just moved, checking hoses, fiddling with belts, then reaching into her back pocket and pulling out a small wrench. Where had she even been hiding that? "You know Mustangs?" he asked, still not quite believing it. "My daddy did," she said simply. "He taught me everything before he went away." Robert felt the words stick in his throat. She said it so plainly without drama. But the weight hung heavy. "Hand me that rag," she asked. He did. And as she reached up to take it, he noticed something. A ring. Big. Silver with a small square-cut diamond. Her thumb. Too loose, too worn. His heart jumped. Oh, it couldn't be. But it looked exactly like the ring he had given someone a lifetime ago. It had been 20 years since Robert last saw Alicia. She was the only woman he ever truly loved. They met in college. She was radiant, daring, wild. A black girl from Chicago who challenged him. A rich white boy with a future carved out in money and ambition. They fell in love, but the world wouldn't let them stay that way. His family, her pride, life, it tore them apart. And when he left for New York, she vanished. He never found her again. Till now. Because that ring was hers. He knew it. He felt it. "Where'd you get that ring?" he asked quietly. Jada looked up, unsure. "It was my mama's. She left it for me before she got sick. Grandma says she gave it to her when she had me." "Your mother's name?" he asked, already bracing. "Alicia," she said. The ground beneath him might as well have cracked open. The girl's mother was Alicia. And this girl, this bold, grease-covered angel of a child, was her daughter. His heart thundered. He looked again, really looked. The curve of her chin. The stubborn spark in her eyes. It was Alicia. She had her fire. Her spirit. But how could this be? He dropped to one knee, trembling. "Jada. Did your mom ever talk about your dad?" Jada wiped her forehead. "She said he was gone before I could remember. Grandma doesn't like talking about him. She says he left her heartbroken." Robert closed his eyes. He had left. And it had haunted him ever since. Jada insisted he come meet Grandma. "It's Sunday," she said. "We're making biscuits." He didn't know what was stranger, being invited into a trailer with no AC and peeling wallpaper, or feeling more at home there than he had in his Manhattan penthouse. Grandma Pearl was stern but kind-eyed. She recognized him instantly. You got some nerve showing up after 20 years, she said without raising her voice. Robert couldn't even argue. He told her everything. His regret, his search, his failure. Jada sat between them, eating biscuits with her hands. The silence between them wasn't awkward. It was healing. Later that night, Robert asked gently, "Would it be okay if I came back tomorrow?" Jada beamed. "You can help me change the oil." Weeks passed. Robert visited every day. And one day, Grandma Pearl handed him a letter. She wrote this before she passed. "Never told me what it said. Said it was for you. I think it's time." Robert's hands trembled as he opened it. Alicia's handwriting. It was a letter of love, of forgiveness, of regret. And at the bottom, a single line. "If you ever find this and you find her, Jada is yours too. Show her the kind of love we never got the chance to finish." He wept. Robert didn't just bring food anymore. He brought tools. A new laptop. And one day a surprise. A brand new auto repair garage just outside town. Clean. Quip. And the sign. Jada's Garage. In honor of Alicia. Jada jumped into his arms, screaming, "I'm gonna fix everybody's cars." Months later, Jada stood next to the fully restored 1969 Mustang. She had painted it purple. "It's better than red," she said. They entered it in a local classic car show, and won first place. Reporters swarmed her. "Where'd you learn all this?" "My mom," she said proudly. "And my dad." She looked up at Robert, who had tears in his eyes. He never needed a DNA test. She was his daughter, his second chance. Years later, Jada would graduate top of her engineering class. She'd launch a chain of auto repair shops and mentorship programs for girls. And every time someone asked how it all started, she'd point back to that day on the roadside, when a little girl helped a millionaire fix his Mustang. And in return, he helped her fix everything else. So now I ask you, what if one small act of kindness could change everything? If Jada hadn't stopped, if Robert hadn't listened, this story would never exist. Comment your favorite part. Subscribe for more powerful true stories. And don't miss our next video. A homeless man's last dollar pays for a girl's college. What she does next will leave you in tears. Because sometimes the smallest hand holds the biggest miracle.